Hi guys, welcome back, and I'm doing the same goddamn pose again. There you go. Welcome back to this week's episode of Comic Cartoons. On this week, we are taking a look at Spectacular Spider-Man episode 10, Persona,
where we get one of the more famous things coming in.
Oh yeah, we get this one. Is the first time we see the Venom symbiote.
Well, technically second, but it's first time it comes.
Yeah, first time it comes into play. The first time we get to see the black suit Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Which they model after the. I don't want to give it away, but they do some very, very clever things with the black suit design.
Yeah.
So pay attention to that for the next couple episodes, because it's very clever, actually. But
I'll keep that in mind.
Yeah. So like this one, they incorporate the one for Spider-Man 3, so it's just like the Spider-Man costume, except it's black and have a white Spider-Man symbol in the center. But this one, again, I think this is a fun episode.
Yeah.
It's not like the best one up there. It's definitely kind of a break from the last week, like the last time drama-heavy episode.
Yeah.
This one is much more lighthearted, much more just straightforward, fun episode.
Yeah.
Because this one has Spider-Man and Black Cat, and Black Cat, I think I underappreciated her character in previous times watching it. So I watched it and I was like, wow, she's actually a really fun little character.
Yeah.
And she has some really fun banter with Spider-Man and just some weird sexual chemistry with the 16-year-old. But
yeah, you were telling me about the comics when they made fun of that.
Yeah, like Ultimate Spider-Man, I think, made fun of that because when she unmasked him and find out that he's just a kid, she's like, oh my god, and just pukes all over the ground. Because I was attracted to a teenager. Anyway. And then she just kind of disappears for a long time in that series. Anywho. But yeah, Black Cat's here. She's a lot of fun. This one also has the Chameleon. We also have Quentin back, who is not Mysterio yet. And we also have the Terrible Tinkerer, who is much more spry than he is in the comic books. But they all team together and have these, like, they decide to become the imposter Spider-Man, so Tinkerer makes this, like, complex Spider-Man suit, how to mimic all his powers and stuff like that, which I thought was really fun.
I actually vaguely remember that from the comics, too.
They've done it a few times.
Yeah, because I specifically remember one where it was, like, Peter thought that he was, like, going crazy every time he falls asleep and he, like, do stuff in his sleep. I think it was when they actually introduced Mysterio.
I know they've done that before. I know they did with the Venom storyline.
Yeah. I'm thinking of the one where they like actually directly introduced Mysterio.
Maybe. I can't remember what time Quentin Beck actually came into the comics. I don't think I've ever read the original story, but I don't think it was too far into his comic book career.
Yeah. No, now I remember it was the first one because they mentioned like this was when like people thought Mysterio was like in the beginning of the issue like a good guy, and then it reveals no, he's the one orchestrating all this crap.
Okay. I don't remember. Like, it's been so long since I've read that particular story.
Yeah.
And Mysterio is kind of one of those kind of meh characters for me.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people really like him, and fine, fair enough. He's never been one of my favorites though.
I'm still sad that Bruce Campbell never had the chance to play him.
He would have been a great Mysterio.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I would like to see that. Maybe it could still happen. We still got Spider-Man movies coming out.
Yeah.
It's extremely slim, but it could happen.
It's not Sam Raimi directing it, and currently that is the one thing that assures that we get him in, but...
You never know. Miracles can happen.
Yeah, like it actually being good with those writers they have.
You never know. I'm waiting till I see the trailer, or even the pictures, before I make any judgment call on the movie. I think it's only fair. I know you're... Yeah, that's the way I'm looking at it. But anyway,
I'm worried because of these people's history.
I know, I looked it up too, it scared me too, but at the same time, like, okay, I'm gonna reserve judgment, because who fucking knows? Who fucking knows? I'm kind of taking away Batman vs. Superman 2 before all the haters get on my ass again. Like, I'm waiting and see, but I have I'm still skeptical. I have my skepticals on, and, you see what I did there?
You're skeptical.
Yeah. My skepticals is what I'm calling from now on. Anywho, back to this episode, though. Yeah, I mean, there's not too much to talk about other than that it's just a fun episode. I like how they mimicked Spider-Man's powers, the chameleon suit.
Yeah.
I even like the way Josh Keaton played that version of Spider-Man as just a cheesier, campier version of Spider-Man. Even with the ones like, have a little taste of spider punch, and shit like that.
Yeah.
It's like, oh god.
Or was it instead of Spidey Sense?
Oh yeah, my, early insect warning system is tingling. There's some shit like that. They have a lot of fun with it, and even like I thought some of the stuff with the new suit is just kind of okay. Like they kind of try to present like the power set as stronger than it is, but the way they presented it seems kind of like, that doesn't seem too different from normal. Aside from, the whole cool stuff like turning back into regular clothes or hiding his camera in his pocket just by holding it close and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That stuff is cool.
I can jump a little further. Are you sure that wasn't just part of the training?
Yeah.
My web slinger is stronger now. Are you sure that wasn't part of the new chemical compound you used?
Perhaps. Shut up! I mean, the one I believed was the boat one. He starts skiing, like water skiing on the back of a boat.
Yeah.
And he's like, hey, this happens because of alien suit.
Yeah.
Sure. Again, we got a lot more build up on this one. Eddie Brock gets a little more pissed off because Connors has the suit, but Spider-Man accidentally steals it, and then Peter Parker gets credit for taking pictures of the robbery.
Yeah.
So Eddie Brock is understandably pissed.
Well, the reason he was mad is because he said that he didn't even try to call the cops, but of course that was because he thought that Kurt Connors was actually there.
Yeah, so it's more like the misunderstanding trope.
Yeah.
But either way, I get why he's pissed.
Yeah.
It makes a fair amount of sense. Other than that, there's really not much else to talk about. You got anything else to add?
Oh yeah, that certain joke from Black Cat.
Oh yeah. The most infamous joke in the Expect Spider-Man series of Spider-Man fighting Black Cat. Great fight, by the way. Because they're trying not to hit the security system below them, so they're all like, they're using the web, she's using like ropes and shit.
Yeah, like they have great banter throughout, but then of course they get like the one joke in there where she's like...
where Spider-Man webs her hand, and then she goes, oh, don't get your goop in my hair. And then he goes, oh, don't worry, it comes out with peanut butter and ice water. Or something like that.
Yeah, something.
There's kind of a few lines like that in this episode, too. There's even like the one who was like, oh, hold on tight, don't worry, I'm not going to slip. Not why I asked.
Yeah. I gotta go.
Which, understandably, any 16-year-old boy would do in that kind of situation of, shit, I have no idea how to respond to this. Run away. Let me rephrase that. Any sexually repressed 16-year-old boy would do. Yeah, fun episode.
Yeah.
There's also, again, I can't talk too much about this. I'll give it away a huge spoiler down the line. So I'm just going to say there's a huge hint in this episode. Something to a big twist happens in the second season.
Woo!
So, I didn't even notice until now. Like, I'm realizing now how well they set this up down the road. But...
On that topic, that's another thing we should probably talk about. The fact that the symbiote was already kind of mentally creeping in.
Yes, that was also, again, very subtle. Very subtle. Yeah. Especially because first up, he's like saying, oh crap, I accidentally stole this, I should return this. But, I can use it to help people, so that means it's probably okay. So I'm just going to hold on to this for a little while.
Yeah, they did a good job of him trying to analyze the moral dilemma behind it, as well as when it happens up again and they show the symbiote's the one talking to him.
Yeah, symbiote doesn't actually talk until the end, even though it's presented as Peter's inner monologue that we've seen plenty of times before. Yeah. So it'd be okay if we understand if of course, since everyone knows who Venom is, it's obvious as a symbiote, but if you didn't, for some reason, know, you would easily just buy that as his own little inner monologue.
Yeah.
So, that's a very good point. Of course, Captain Stacy's name actually gets mentioned here.
Yeah. I keep forgetting that's Gwen's dad, just because, there's so little interaction between those two.
He has a much more prominent role in the second season.
Okay.
So he's much more present in that one. And you actually get to see him and Gwen together, so at that point, there's no denying. Yeah. Anything else?
Not really.
Okay, cool. See you all guys all next week. See you later.